The Russian Communist Party used to criticize the theories of relativity, quantum physics, and the theories of the universe. After it came to power in 1949, the Chinese Communist Party closely followed Russia and demolished any anti-Marxism or anti-Leninism theory. Many professors' political thinking and ideas about class differentiation were harshly criticized because their academic views conflicted with the government's official guidelines. On June 29, 1952, the People's Daily published an article announcing that the Russian geneticist Michurian's biological theory was of the proletariat nature, whereas Morgan's theories of genetics, which was commonly acknowledged at the time in the global biological community, was criticized as idealism, reactionary, supporting the capitalist class, false science, and even fascism. During the Great Leap Forward in 1958, the ideology of the day is summed up by the following saying: "However daring human beings are, that's how productive the earth is." This saying was considered to be the truth, and any experts who thought differently were ruthlessly denounced and criticized. Today, modern medical science, research on the soul, reflective research on evolution, and other new scientific fields around the world have been denounced as false science, and are being suppressed and attacked in China because they are not in accordance with communist doctrine. Science is a means for mankind to explore nature. Yet the Chinese Communist Party has used many ways to monopolize and manipulate science. The manipulation is all-encompassing, influencing everything from education to scientific research. It has suffocated Chinese people's creativity and independent thinking, their spirit to explore unknown territory, and their courage to reflect on traditional theories. For thousands of years, faith has been mankind's experience and a way of understanding the relationship between man and the universe. Faith should lie beyond the management of a political party. The Communist Party believes in materialism and atheism, which oppose mankind's traditional beliefs. People's faith in God made it difficult for the Communist Party to promote communism. Consequently, ever since its earliest establishment, the party has been extremely afraid of various orthodox faiths. So, it turned around and accused religion of being an opiate for the masses, keeping them numb to the truth. The Communist Party forces people to believe that a human being is no more than a high-level animal who can talk and use tools. It advocates that there is no God, no Buddha, no past lives, no afterlife, and no ultimate price to pay for one's misdeeds. Without exception, after the Communist Party seized the reins, in order to strengthen their power, the party leaders deified themselves. One quote from the day: "Chairman Mao is the great savior of the people. The Communist Party is like the sun. It brightens everything it shines upon." Yet, people who truly believe in God will not consider their political leaders to be gods. In light of this, the orthodox faiths posed a serious challenge to the Communist Party's policy of keeping people ignorant. Ever since the Chinese Communist Party took power, it has destroyed temples, burnt scriptures, persecuted priests and monks, and sent party members to infiltrate religious organizations and to take positions as religious leaders. It has resorted to violence and imprisonment to force the people to worship the Communist Party first, and then God or Buddha. Step by step, in the large-scale political movements over the past decades, the Communist Party leaders have been portrayed as gods. Meanwhile, the righteous faith in Chinese people's minds, which has been passed down for thousands of years, has been destroyed. When the gods created by man exposed their true faces as time went by, when Chinese people lost the halo of God in their minds, what was left in China was a spiritual void. After being fooled and having their ideals crushed, for the generations of older Chinese, the decades of loss and pain have made them doubt everything. The younger Chinese generations have rejected faith The incessant pursuit of material comfort and an indecorous attitude toward life have destroyed Chinese people's moral restraints. The Communist Party has not only wantonly destroyed people's lives and property, it has taken away the morality and soul of the Chinese people, which had been passed down for thousands of years. As an evil specter that opposes nature, heaven, earth, and humanity, the Communist Party has no righteousness. The repeated violence and lies that have followed the same pattern, the ever-changing stance and ever-changing interpretations, the wicked behavior of latching on to everything to drill into the bone and suck out the marrow, and the ferocious attempt to destroy the upright principles of heaven, earth, and the human world, all have been done for the sake of maintaining this wicked specter's life. The Communist Party makes itself an enemy of everything in the universe. Because of this, from the very beginning, it is doomed to be buffeted by one crisis after another, and is destined to be eliminated by the universe. As the first paragraph in the Communist Manifesto says, all the powers of old Europe have entered into a holy alliance to exorcise this specter. In China, the Communist Party has had the same experience. From the Mahe incident and the April 12th purge of the party, to being besieged 5 times in areas they controlled by the KMT, and eventually to being forced to retreat in the Long March, the CCP has always faced the crisis of its own elimination. One political movement after another, from when the CCP took power to the so-called economic reforms which completely abandoned socialist theory, these are nothing but struggles made up by the Communist Party when it encountered life and death crisis over and over again. Today, communism has failed across the globe. Jiang Zemin, the former leader of the last major communist regime in the world, said to a correspondent of the Washington Post in March 2001, "When I was young, I thought the ideals of communism would be reached very quickly, but now I don't feel like this." At present, those who truly believe in communism are few and far between. The CCP clings desperately to its so-called communist theory, fooling itself and others, simply for the sake of maintaining the legality of its regime. The communist movement is destined to fail. Though the Chinese Communist Party has survived many crises by frequently changing its appearance and clinging to desperate contrivances, its inevitable doom is clear to the whole world. The vast universe carries with it the irrefutable will of heaven, which can also be called the will of the divine or the law and force of nature. Humanity will have a future only if it respects heaven's will, follows the course of nature, observes the law of the universe, and loves all beings under heaven.